evening troubles. The 26th of January, 2016, a night most foul and biting, in Romford's heart where shadows dance and street lamps are uninviting. Flat 74 in Charrington Court stands bleak against the frost, where Enfield Mandam wander by and summer's warmth is lost. Pitar, aged 45, is incensed by the winter's cruel embrace, with blue-rimmed glasses perched upon his weary, weathered face. His blue pajamas crinkle as he paces through the gloom, while sibilant winds begin to hiss around the living room. The cacophony of traffic on the A127 is loud, beneath a heavy, leaden, and most unforgiving cloud. He curses at the boiler, and he curses at the cold, feeling every bit of 45 and feeling fucking old. The flora in the garden beds is skeletal and dead, as melancholy thoughts of great Baddow fill Maria's head. At 39, she's loquacious, though her heart is heavy now, with orange glasses resting on her sweat-beckoned, furrowed brow. She wears long sleeves to hide the scars, the legacy of fire, from infancy's hot water sting, a memory most dire. Outside, the bins are overflowing, clapped and proper grim, while the 174 bus rumbles past the city's southern rim. Inside, a plastic robin sits upon a tinsel wreath, while the icy winter spirit tries to clench its frozen teeth. The world is shite, she mutters, as she watches for the light, in the gray and dreary silence of this East London night. Remember this morning? Maria sighs, her voice a rasping sound, when bath time was a cacophonous mess and tempers did abound. The flashback hits like lightning, a rushed and frantic scene, before the kids donned maroon and gold to look so neat and clean. The water was effervescent, the steam was rising high. Wash your ears, Aurora, you're the apple of my eye. But the girl was being obstreperous, a total little pest, putting Marija's patience to a most unholy test. She refused to scrub her knees, and she screamed a word of hate, making sure that everyone was proper, blooming late. I won't, she'd yelled, her pink-rimmed specs all foggy from the heat, making Marija's morning rush feel like a sour defeat. Arthur was there as well, aged 8, in green-rimmed specs so bright, avoiding the loofah's scratchy touch with all his puny might. Allow it, Mum, he bellowed out, his dialect so thick. This bath is bare long, man. It's making me feel sick. The ethnic mix of Harrow Lodge was waiting at the gate, and if they didn't hurry up, they'd surely be quite late. Maria scrubbed his neck until the boy was proper red, while thoughts of holy vengeance danced inside her aching head. You're acting like a cunt, she nearly barked in her distress, trying to get them out the door and through the morning mess. The winter robin on the sill looked in with beady eye, as the children's screams and shouts ascended to the sky. Back in the present, evening falls with a thud upon the floor, as Pitar slams the kitchen hatch and locks the balcony door. The children are ecstatic, for the day is nearly done, though the atmosphere is far from piff and lacks all sense of fun. Gospodi pomilui, Pitar mutters, a Bulgarian prayer, while the smell of boiling kettles fills the stagnant, chilly air. Micah Mustara, he curses low, his mood is utter shite, dreading the domestic war that's brewing for the night. Aurora sits and waits for tea, her pink glasses on her nose, her hair in a tight, neat bun from her head down to her toes. She thinks of Sophia the First and all things bright and pink, while the kitchen smells of bleach and of the greasy washing sink. Maria starts the bedtime brew, her movements sharp and quick. The tension in the tiny flat is getting bare thick. She pours the water, steaming hot, into the ceramic mugs, while Arthur sits upon the floor and plays with plastic slugs. Aurora creeps toward the pots, her eyes a predatory glint, thinking she can sneak a treat without a single hint. "I want some sugar, Mum," she says, her voice a sugary whine, "to make this clapped-out herbal tea taste absolutely fine." She reaches for the silver tin with fingers small and sly, beneath the winter moon that hangs within the Romford sky. She dreams of piff aesthetics and of gowns of rosy hue, ignoring all the chores that she was told she had to do. Aurora grabs the silver spoon and heaps the white gold high, underneath the watchful gaze of Maria's orange eye. "1 spoon, 2 spoons, 3 and 4, the little girl decrees, while the sibilance of the kettle dies into a gentle wheeze. "Stop!" Maria thunders out, her temper starting to ignite. "You're having none of that, you brat. Not on this Tuesday night. You'll rot your teeth and lose your mind. You're acting like a fool. Go back to being quiet, child, and follow every rule." The sugar grains are scattered like the January snow, as the anger starts to bubble and the voices start to grow. "You're being a little prick," Maria spits with venomous breath, threatening the evening's peace with a domestic kind of death. "Healthy, unhealthy, whatever," Aurora dares to mutter, a snotty little comment that makes Maria's spirit flutter. Maria's face goes crimson, her pupils start to shrink. She grabs Aurora's cup of tea and heads toward the sink. "Oh, you want sugar?" Maria sneers. "You want to play that game? Then you shall have no tea at all, you absolute bloody shame." The liquid pours in a brown arc, a waste of Earl Grey leaf, leaving Aurora standing there in momentary grief. "Go to your room, you little bitch," the mother's voice is raw, as she lays down the heavy hand of household Romford law. The tea swills down the drain pipe with a gurgling final sound as Aurora's hot pink slippers stomp upon the dusty ground. "Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord," Maria quotes with spite, as the tea disappears forever into the Romford night. She turns to Petar, standing there in his blue-rimmed frames. "Your daughter is a nightmare, Petar. I'm sick of all these games." Petar sighs a weary sigh. "Tisi Luda, woman, hush. The evening's gone to total shit in one gigantic rush." Maria's eyes are watering. The stress is too much to bear, while the smell of winter pine scent hangs heavy in the air. "I work so hard, I scrub and toil, and what do I receive? A daughter who is arrogant and wears it on her sleeve." Outside the window, Honchurch buses rumble on their way, ending what has been a truly miserable day. In the shadows of the bedroom, where the bunk bed stands so tall, Aurora plots a secret plan against the hallway wall. She knows Maria bought a tech, a brand new Asus slate, tucked inside a dresser drawer, a gift from some dark fate. It's from Lewisham College, meant for studies and for work, a prize that little Aurora intends to go and lurk. "I'll take it now," she whispers low, "and sing my Spanish song, to prove to them that I am right, and they are proper wrong." She shuns the Minecraft world of blocks. It's for the juvenile boys. She wants the silver tablet and its digitalized joys. She slides the drawer with silent grace, her fingers quick and sly, while the 103 bus hums its song to the dark and winter sky. The tablet is a pulchritudinous thing, all glass and silver light, a beacon of forbidden joy in the middle of the night. Aurora climbs onto the bed, her bun a messy sphere, and brings the glowing screen up close until it's very near. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. She begins her rhythmic chant, recording baby genius songs that Maria said she can't. She dreams of Sophia's castle and of dresses trimmed with gold, far away from Romford and the biting, bitter cold. "Minecraft is for losers," she mutters with a sneer. "I'm a princess of the digital. I have no room for fear." Her voice is like an angel's breath, though her heart is full of sin, as the digital recorder starts to take the music in. Cinco, seis, siete, ocho. The melody takes flight, a symphony of stolen sound against the Romford night. She feels so grand and powerful, a queen upon her throne, with a piece of high technology that she can call her own. The Asus is a masterpiece. Its processor is fast, capturing the Spanish rhymes that she hopes will always last. But then the door goes creak and snap, a shadow hits the floor, as Arthur wanders through the dark and enters through the door. He stares at her with wide green eyes, his mouth a silent O, wondering just how far his older sister's greed will go. He's wearing his green stripes and his glasses on his face, looking like a tiny intruder in her secret, sacred space. Wagwan, Aurora? Arthur asks, his green specs all askew. Is that the tablet Mum just bought? It's looking bare new. If she finds out you've touched that thing, she'll go completely mad. And Pitar will be incensed, sis, and that would be bare bad. Aurora huffs and rolls her eyes. Allow it, Artie, please. I'm recording something special here, so get off of your knees. It's not for little boys like you who play with blocks and dirt. So mind your own business, Bruv, before you're getting hurt. But Arthur steps closer still. His curiosity is piqued, while the floorboards in the Romford flat significantly squeaked. The air is cold and thin in here, the heater's on the blink, as the situation worsens faster than a girl can think. But Arthur is a curious boy, with fingers like a thief. He wants to see the silver screen and bring his sis some grief. I want to hear the Spanish song. Let me see the button, fam. I won't tell Mom or Pitar that you're in a digital jam. He lunges for the shiny slate, his green stripes in a blur, while Aurora screams a filthy word and hits out right at him. Get back, you little arsehole, she bellows in her rage, like a princess gone quite mental on a tiny East End stage. The struggle starts to exacerbate the danger of the height, as they tumble on the mattress in the middle of the night. The tablet wobbles in the air, a silver shining prize, reflecting all the greed and fear within their childish eyes. The struggle is a frantic thing, a mess of limbs and glass, as the holy peace of evening starts to quickly, surely pass. Get off, Aurora bellows out, her glasses slipping low. I'm gonna tell them everything and let the whole world know. But Arthur gives a mighty yank. His strength is quite surprising, as the levels of domestic dread are rapidly arising. The tablet slips from sweaty palms. It takes a leap of faith, falling like a silver ghost, a digital, shiny wraith. It tumbles through the chilly air, away from hands of pink, faster than a naughty child can even start to think. Arthur's face is frozen in a mask of sudden fear, as the finality of gravity is drawing very near. The Asus hits the floorboard with a sharp and sickening crash. There is no way to fix the screen, no way to end the smash. The glass becomes a spiderweb, a fractured, jagged sight, reflecting all the misery of this Romford winter night. Aurora gasps, her heart is cold, her daisies lose their bloom, as a heavy, pregnant silence fills the corners of the room. Oh fuck, Arthur whispers low, his green eyes wide with fear, knowing that the end of everything is finally drawing near. The screen is proper bollocks now, a ruined black display, and all their hopes of innocence have withered right away. The shards are like the winter ice upon the Romford road, a heavy and unbearable, technology-based load. You've killed it, Artie, Aurora yells, her voice a piercing blade. Look at the absolute fucking mess that you have gone and made. Mum is going to kill us both. She'll skin us bloody alive. There's no way in this Romford flat that we will both survive. Arthur starts to tremble now, his green specks getting fogged, feeling like a tiny boat that's getting waterlogged. It wasn't me. You took it out. You're the one who stole it, sis. I never thought the evening would end up in shit like this. They stand above the wreckage, like two ghosts within the gloom, as the shadow of their mother starts to enter in the room. The silence is a heavy thing, a thick and clapped-out shroud, as Marija enters, looking most incredibly unproud. The cacophony of the crash has reached the parents' ears, confirming all of Maria's most dark and deep-seated fears. She bursts into the bedroom, her orange glasses askew, looking for the culprits and the damage that they knew. When she sees the shattered Asus, she doesn't scream or fight. Instead, she falls to floods of tears in the middle of the night. She is distraught and incensed. Her heart is torn in two as she gazes at the silver shards of orange, pink, and blue. "My tablet," she sobs out, her voice a wail of pain. "Everything I work for is just going down the drain." Petar stands behind her, his face a mask of dread, as the weight of the disaster hits his weary, blue-clad head. Who did this? Maria bellows, through her tears and through her grief. Who is the little arsehole? Who's the digitalized thief? Aurora points a trembling hand. "Arthur broke your tablet, Mum. He knocked it off the dresser. The absolute fucking scum. I was just looking at it, Mum. I didn't mean no harm." She throws her brother to the wolves to cause him more alarm. She lies to save her own pink skin, a coward through and through, while Arthur's face turns pale and white, a ghostly shade of hue. Maria looks at Arthur with a sharp and burning eye, underneath the heavy weight of the dark and winter sky. "Did you do this, Arthur? Did you break my only joy?" she asks the small and trembling green and stripy boy. Arthur's jaw drops to the floor, his innocence is clear, but he can't find the words to speak because of all the fear. "She's lying," he manages to gasp. "She took it from the drawer. I only wanted to see the song she was recording on the floor." Maria turns to Aurora now. Her orange eyes are fire, recognizing the shaky voice of a little pink-clad liar. "You took it, child. You stole the slate. You disobeyed my word. That's the most pathetic, clapped-out lie that I have ever heard." Aurora begins to blubber, her bun falling to the side, finding there is nowhere left for a naughty girl to hide. "I did take it," she confesses, "but he pushed it from my hand. It's his fault that it's broken, don't you fucking understand?" Maria's hand comes flying down, a sharp and stinging smack, a quick and heavy punishment to bring the discipline back. "You stole it, then you lied to me." The mother screams in pain, while Aurora's tears begin to fall like cold and Romford rain. Maria is distraught. Her soul is feeling bare thin, as she contemplates the depth of her daughter's greedy sin. "I hate you," Aurora bellows, clutching at her arm, doing everything she can to cause her mother harm. "Vengeance is the Lord's," Maria cries into the air, pulling at her long black locks in a moment of despair. The tablet lies in pieces, a silver shattered ghost of the things that Maria Petrova valued the most. Petar steps into the fray, his blue pajamas bright, the final judge and jury of this dark and dismal night. He looks at Arthur standing there, so quiet and so small, and then he looks at Aurora, the cause of it all. "Arthur, go to bed," he says, his voice a low command. "You are not the one who took the device in your hand, but you, Aurora," he roars, his anger reaching peak. "Your behavior is disgusting and your spirit is bare weak." Aurora is sanctioned now. The law has been decreed, a heavy punishment for her theft and for her greed. No electronics for a month, no DVDs, no fun. The era of your pink-clad games is officially done. No Sophia the First for you, no tablets and no toys, since you want to act so badly like the common Romford boys. You'll sit in silence in this room and contemplate your life, while your mother suffers through this technological strife. Arthur is safe from punishment. He climbs into his bed, with visions of a peaceful night dancing in his head. But Aurora is in agony. Her world has turned to gray, as all her pink aesthetics are cruelly stripped away. "Micah Mustara," Petar sighs. "What a fucking mess, adding to the mountain of our East End London stress." He takes the broken Asus, and he locks it in the high, where the children cannot reach it, no matter how they try. Marija sits upon the sofa, her long hair in a mess, feeling the heavy, crushing weight of all this evening stress. They're just like us, she whispers low, rebellious and so bold, refusing to do exactly what they're bloody well been told. The scars beneath her orange sleeves begin to itch and sting, a reminder of the pain that fire and boiling water bring. We must pray for them, Pitar, for their souls are drifting far, in this cold and ethnic wasteland where the Mandam always are. Pitar nods and takes her hand, his blue pajamas soft, while the ghosts of Romford's past go lingering aloft. Bogdaniena Pomosht, they whisper in the dark, as the street lamps in the distance lose their flickering spark. The Petrovas fall silent as the clock strikes 10 or more, while the winter wind continues its cacophonous, lonely roar. Aurora and Arthur lie in bed, their hearts a heavy lead, with the words of Pitar's final band still ringing in each head. Aurora's bun is loosened now, her pink specks on the stand, as she realizes she no longer holds the upper hand. The sugar's gone, the tea is spilt, the Asus is a wreck, with the cold hand of the Romford night pressed hard against their neck. Amen, whispers the family, as the lights begin to fade on the 26th of January and the troubles they have made. May God forgive the lying and the broken bits of glass as the shadows of the winter night begin to slowly pass.